Well, good afternoon, Chatswood. Here we are again. We're here to be with people, to pray with the people of Chatswood. Every time we come here, many people give their heart to Jesus Christ. So what does all that mean? Most people know that Jesus Christ died on the cross. They know who he is. They know that 2,000 years ago, he died on a cross and he was crucified. That's pretty well common knowledge to most people because the year 2024 is the year of our Lord. So they started counting the years in accordance with Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ was a very significant character in history for most people. Most people know the story. They think it's some sort of urban myth or some sort of fairy tale or something written in an old book somewhere, something you learn in Sunday school or kindergarten or somewhere. But it's so much more than that. Jesus Christ died on the cross. You say, well, so what? There were probably thousands of people. That's the way the Romans used to execute people 2,000 years ago. They made a special, most cruel method of killing people. It took them, some of them, days to actually die. They hung on the cross for days. So it was a terribly cruel, horrible way to die. And the Lord of this universe, the creator of heaven and earth, Jesus Christ was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God in the beginning. Jesus Christ, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, was God, is God. And God, in his mercy, in his love, sent Jesus Christ, his only begotten Son, to become human, to become a human sacrifice, sinless, on behalf of every single one of us who will believe. That's the thing. But Jesus Christ died to justify mankind in the sight of God. The wrath of God was being stored up by every person. It still is, by every person who sins, and we all sin. Nobody's going to deny that. Anyone who sins is a liar, and there's a sin right there. We all tell lies. So Jesus Christ came, it says in the Bible, to fulfill the requirements of the law. A lot of people misinterpret this and they say, well, you know what? The law has been fulfilled. Because the law has been fulfilled, then I can just go ahead and break it, it's okay. But they're missing the context of what's being spoken about. Jesus Christ did not come to fulfill the civil law. It didn't say, well, you know, I'm no longer subject to the law. I can go and drink drive, I can speed, I can steal things from people. No, the civil law remains, not going to change. Well, it changes, but it's not going to be abolished anytime soon. It wasn't fulfilled by Jesus Christ dying on the cross. The people say, what about the moral law? Can I go and do what I like? Can I commit adultery? Can I fornicate? Can I do all these things? Lie and steal? No. The moral law stays. The moral law was not fulfilled on the cross of Calvary. What we're talking about, people, is the ceremonial law. We're talking about the shedding of blood for the remission of sins. Come back later and pray, man. We're talking about the ceremonial law, the remission of sins by the shedding of innocent blood. So in the Old Testament, there had to be, it says in Leviticus, the shedding of blood for the remission of sins. Every time the priest, the high priest in the Jewish religion, had to take a spotless lamb, a lamb without blemish, without flaw, was perfect, was spotless, without blemish. And he had to pray on it and put the sin of the people upon it and his own sin upon it. And then they slaughtered that animal, shed the blood, and this went on to cover sin year after year after year. Jesus came to fulfill the requirements of the ceremonial law. And he did so by shedding his own blood. By God sent Jesus. Jesus said, "You've sent me to this world, Lord. You've given me a body." And that body was sacrificed on the cross of Calvary for every person who will believe. But sadly, not everybody believes. Not everybody believes. We see people walking past. Some people will pull up, some people will pray. Some people have been appointed, predestined by God, it seems, to come and pray and get their heart right.